If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns find themselves at a crossroads as training camp approaches, with pressing concerns emerging around their running back situation. The team's highly anticipated rookie, Quinton Judkins, who was selected in the second round of the 2025 NFL Draft, faces the very real possibility of an NFL suspension following an off-season rest. This development casts a shadow over what was supposed to be a seamless transition for Judkins into the Browns' offense. As their primary ball carrier, the uncertainty has forced analysts and fans alike to reconsider the depth chart and potential backup plans. Browns analyst Mac Blank has weighed in, advocating for the return of veteran D'Ernest Johnson. Johnson's familiarity with the Browns' run scheme and his experience could provide a steady, reliable presence to offset the instability. Johnson, who played his first 4 seasons with Cleveland and rushed for 738 yards on 141 carries, represents a safe and effective fallback option that can help stabilize the backfield. As Judkins' future remains unclear, bringing back D'Ernest Johnson would not only address the immediate concerns of the running back group, but also add a seasoned player who understands the nuances of the Browns' offensive system. His knowledge of the team's blocking schemes and playbook would mean a quick and effective integration, something the Browns urgently need right now. Johnson's veteran presence could also serve as a mentorship pillar for the younger players, especially in a backfield that may be disrupted by Judkins' absence. The Browns' offense has historically thrived on consistency in the running game, and Johnson's return would likely keep the ground attack fluid and dependable. This option becomes more attractive when considering the alternative is relying heavily on less proven players or rookies, which can be risky in a high-stakes NFL season. While the Browns may have other backs on the roster, Johnson's combination of experience and familiarity makes him a compelling choice to reinforce the position at a critical moment. However, the Browns might already have the depth to weather the potential loss of Judkins without resorting to a veteran return. Jerome Ford, a seasoned back with solid experience, could step up his game this season, especially with the team reverting to a blocking scheme more suited to his strengths. Ford has been viewed as a backup option, but his motivation to prove his value in a potentially expanded role could elevate his performance significantly. Having been with the team long enough to understand the nuances of the offense, Ford's improvement could reduce the urgency to bring in additional players. Moreover, the emergence of younger talent like 4th-round draft pick Dylan Sampson adds to the optimism. Sampson, known for his explosive playmaking ability, could seize this opportunity to make a name for himself, delivering impactful carries and potentially becoming a key component of the Browns' ground game. Dylan Sampson's arrival injects a fresh dynamic into the Browns' running back rotation. His reputation as a big play threat on every touch suggests he could be the kind of game changer the Browns desperately need if Judkins is sidelined. While rookies often face a steep learning curve, in the NFL, Sampson's skill set and physicality make him a tantalizing prospect. Coaches could tailor the offense to leverage his strengths, mixing his explosive running style with the steadiness of veterans like Ford or even Johnson. If he returns, this combination could maintain balance and unpredictability in the Browns' rushing attack, forcing defenses to prepare for multiple threats. Sampson's success would also relieve some pressure off the passing game, allowing the team to maintain a balanced offense. With multiple players capable of stepping up, the Browns may have a versatile backfield capable of navigating the challenges posed by Judkins' uncertain availability. Quinton Judkins remains the key figure in this discussion. His potential as a star running back was a major reason why the Browns drafted him in the 2nd round, signaling a long-term investment in his abilities. Judkins' suspension possibility is a significant setback, not just because of the games he might miss, but because the Browns have yet to see his true impact on the field. Compounding the issue is the report that Judkins has yet to sign his rookie contract, adding more uncertainty about his commitment and availability. This unsettled situation places the Browns in a delicate spot where contingency planning must be balanced against the hope that Judkins can eventually fulfill his promise. The organization's response in the coming weeks will reveal how seriously they view the running back's role and what lengths they are willing to go to secure reliable rushing production. Even with the potential absence of Judkins, the Browns' offensive outlook is not bleak. The team's passing game has shown flashes of efficiency, which could help keep the offense moving and ease the burden on the running backs. If the passing attack can consistently convert 3rd downs and maintain possession, the ground game can operate in a complementary role rather than being the sole focus. This balanced offensive approach would mitigate the impact of any suspension or injury in the backfield. It also places more responsibility on quarterbacks and receivers to perform under pressure, but if successful, it can keep the Browns competitive in games where rushing yards are limited. The synergy between passing and rushing is vital in today's NFL, and Cleveland's ability to blend these elements will determine their success in a season overshadowed by running back uncertainties. The coaching staff's decisions in training camp will be crucial in defining the Browns' rushing attack moving forward. Integrating a returning veteran like D'Ernest Johnson would require adjustments in the depth chart and practice reps, but it could bring stability. Conversely, leaning on younger players like Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson demands a leap of faith in their readiness and development. The staff must carefully evaluate the pros and cons of each approach, balancing experience with potential. They will need to ensure that whoever carries the ball has the confidence and support necessary to succeed, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC North. How the Browns manage this running back conundrum could shape the tone for their entire offense and influence their playoff chances. Fan reactions to the Judkins situation and the possible return of Johnson have been mixed. Some fans are frustrated by the off-field distractions that cloud the promising rookie's future, while others express optimism that the Browns have enough talent to overcome this obstacle. The idea of Johnson's return has been met with enthusiasm among those who remember his solid contributions in past seasons and appreciate his work ethic and professionalism. Meanwhile, supporters of younger backs like Ford and Sampson are eager to see fresh faces rise to the occasion. This diversity of opinions reflects the broader uncertainty surrounding the Browns' running back position and underscores the importance of how the team handles the challenge in the weeks to come. Looking beyond the immediate situation, the Browns' running back depth chart reflects a microcosm of the team's larger philosophy about balancing youth and experience. Judkins represents the exciting, high-upside investment in future talent, while Johnson symbolizes a proven, dependable option. Ford and Sampson, meanwhile, offer a blend of developing skill and raw potential that could pay dividends if nurtured properly. The organization's approach to this position will likely be a test case for how they manage roster risks and opportunities in other areas as well. Success will require not just talent, but smart decision-making, adaptability, and strong leadership, both on and off the field. The Browns' handling of their running back situation could set a precedent for how they build and sustain a competitive team in the seasons ahead. Ultimately, the Cleveland Browns' running back situation heading into the 2025 NFL season is filled with uncertainty, but also opportunity. The possible suspension of Quinton Judkins poses a serious challenge, but the presence of experienced players like D'Ernest Johnson and motivated backs such as Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson offers a silver lining. How the Browns choose to navigate this rocky path will be critical and could make the difference between a successful season and one marked by struggles on the ground. The team's ability to adapt quickly, maximize their available talent, and maintain a balanced offensive attack will be tested early and often. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely, hoping the Browns can overcome adversity and find a way to run the ball effectively in the face of unexpected obstacles. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Rumors are swirling out of Cleveland, and if what's being whispered behind the scenes is even halfway true, the Browns might be heading for one of the most dramatic shakeups in recent NFL memory. It all centers around a shocking statement allegedly made by none other than superstar pass rusher Myles Garrett. According to multiple sources close to the team, Garrett was reportedly overheard in a heated moment declaring, "I don't want to play with SHEDEUR Sanders." That line, delivered with fire and frustration, has spread like wildfire among team insiders, fans, and sports media outlets. While neither Garrett nor the Browns organization has issued an official comment, the very idea that such a respected veteran would voice such a strong opinion about a potential future teammate, or worse, a new franchise quarterback, has created a whirlwind of speculation and tension inside Berea, and that tension could shake the core of the team's identity. What's particularly wild about this situation is how fast things escalated. Just a few weeks ago, Browns fans were buzzing with excitement over the possibility of SHEDEUR Sanders landing in Cleveland, either through a blockbuster draft pick or some unprecedented maneuvering. His name had been floated in mock drafts, his highlight reels circulated in fan forums, and even a few media figures began painting the picture of Sanders as the future of the Browns. Then boom, this apparent explosion from Garrett. If he truly did say he doesn't want to share the locker room with SHEDEUR, it raises huge questions. Why the hostility? Is there a personal history between them? Or is Garrett simply reacting to what he perceives as a media circus surrounding Deion Sanders' son? One way or another, this is no ordinary locker room rift, it's a potential identity crisis for a team trying to climb out of mediocrity and finally contend. Myles Garrett isn't just any player. He's not a rotational piece or a mid-level starter. He is the face of the Browns franchise, the heart of the defense, and arguably the best pass rusher in the NFL today, when someone of his stature speaks especially. With that kind of venom, the entire organization listens. If he's publicly or privately rejecting SHEDEUR Sanders before the young QB even enters the NFL, the implications are enormous. Could this be a warning shot to the front office? A declaration that Garrett won't support a decision he doesn't believe in? Or is it a personal judgment about SHEDEUR's character or style of play? Whatever it is, it's sending tremors through the fan base and could completely alter Cleveland's draft strategy, locker room chemistry, and future trajectory. Let's not forget the Deion Sanders factor. Wherever SHEDEUR goes, prime time follows. Deion has made it clear publicly and repeatedly that his son won't play for just any team, and that he's watching out for SHEDEUR's brand and career. That already creates tension in any NFL front office, which thrives on structure and discipline. Now imagine bringing that dynamic into a locker room led by a fiercely independent, no-nonsense competitor like Myles Garrett. There's a strong chance Garrett sees this as a distraction, a threat to team culture, or even an insult to everything he's helped build in Cleveland. His alleged comment could be a preemptive strike, an attempt to protect the locker room from what he sees as unnecessary drama, and while some may call that selfish, others see it as leadership. The bottom line, something big is brewing behind those closed doors. The silence from the Browns organization is deafening. Typically, when a rumor of this magnitude surfaces, PR teams scramble to do damage control release statements, spin the story, calm the waters. But here, nothing, not a peep. That leads many insiders to believe there's some truth to the story. The Browns might be weighing their options, trying to figure out how to reconcile a possible future with SHEDEUR Sanders, while keeping their defensive anchor happy. Or worse, they might already be leaning toward one side, which could explain the tension and radio silence. This puts GM Andrew Berry in a nearly impossible position. Do you prioritize the long-term development of a flashy, high-potential quarterback? Or do you side with the cornerstone of your defense? It's a high-stakes game, and any misstep could send the franchise into chaos. Sources close to the team suggest that this isn't just about SHEDEUR's talent or lack thereof. There are whispers that Garrett has concerns about SHEDEUR's leadership style, his maturity, or perhaps even his readiness to handle an NFL locker room. The Colorado star has been under a massive spotlight, and while he's shown flashes of brilliance, he's also been criticized for inconsistency and overconfidence. Garrett, who's known for his work ethic and discipline, might see that as a red flag. Some say he's worried that SHEDEUR would split the locker room, creating factions or undermining veteran authority. If that's true, then Garrett's words are less about hatred and more about protecting the team. Either way, this is no ordinary player evaluation. It's emotional, it's personal, and it's deeply rooted in how Garrett views the future of his team. From a fan's perspective, this drama is both thrilling and terrifying. On one hand, you want passion. You want leaders like Garrett who care deeply about the integrity of the team. But on the other, these kinds of public fractures can derail a season before it even begins. Fans are now wondering, if the Browns do end up drafting SHEDEUR Sanders, what happens next? Does Garrett demand a trade? Does the locker room split into pro-Garrett and pro-SHEDEUR camps? Does the drama become a weekly storyline that overshadows everything else? It's a nightmare scenario, especially for a franchise that's had its fair share of dysfunction over the years. And the worst part, all of this might be happening before training camp even kicks off. The team is standing at a crossroads, and there's no clear direction yet. National media outlets are beginning to pick up the story, and as they do, the pressure on both Garrett and the Browns organization will only intensify. ESPN, NFL Network, and various podcasts have started speculating on what Garrett's alleged statement could mean. Some commentators are defending Garrett, saying that a veteran leader has every right to voice concerns. Others are calling it an overreaction, saying he should wait until SHEDEUR proves himself at the pro level before forming an opinion. But the one thing everyone agrees on is this: The Browns cannot afford to let this situation spiral out of control. They need to make a decision and fast about what direction they're heading in. And whatever that decision is, someone's going to be unhappy. The only question is who, the rising star quarterback or the franchise's defensive alpha, privately. Some players have started picking sides, while none have spoken out publicly. Locker room insiders say there's been growing chatter among the team. A few younger players reportedly admire SHEDEUR's swagger and believe he could energize the offense. Meanwhile, older vets especially on defense are said to be standing firmly with Garrett, if true. That division is already forming cracks in the foundation, and unless the front office steps in and either quells the situation or makes a decisive choice, those cracks could become chasms. The Browns are no strangers to quarterback controversies. But this one is different. It's not about performance or injury, it's about respect, loyalty, and leadership. And once those things are compromised, it's hard to bring everyone back together again. Garrett's voice matters, and right now, that voice is echoing through every hallway in the Browns facility. In the end, this might all come down to one meeting. One sit-down between Myles Garrett, the front office, and maybe even SHEDEUR Sanders himself. Because if the Browns truly want both men in their future, they'll need to find a way to bridge this divide. Maybe it's a matter of clearing up a misunderstanding. Maybe Garrett's concerns can be addressed, or maybe just maybe the divide is too wide, and someone will have to go. Either way, the clock is ticking. The draft is approaching. Training camp looms. And this team, with all its potential, risks falling apart before it even takes the field. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. And if we've learned anything from the Browns over the years, it's that chaos always finds a way. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!